Well, hello, everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and thank you so much for attending Agent Wealth Success. You know what we do here. We help real estate agents and brokers to increase not only their business, but also their wealth. And we are going to have a special session today. It's called 100 Days to Greatness. And first of all, I just love that whole term. And it actually is the Brian Buffini training, 100 Days to Greatness, and it's presented by John Penkert. And John, hello, and how are you, my friend?
Well, Dr. Hank, it's so great to be with you today. I'm just excited about the journey that we're on and where we're going with 100 Days to Greatness.
Man, it's going to be a journey, and it literally is. We're actually going to have 5 different short videos on this, and this is our first one that we're going to do. But you know what I love? First, let me brag up a little on you, John, that you are a real estate magnate. You're a wealth manager. In fact, you're independently wealthy. Hell, you live on 20 acres in Dallas, Texas. And very few people do, and so what's great about you is you not only have been in real estate and a big real estate executive and everything, you've made it big, you understand wealth and how wealth goes, but you're also a certified Buffini coach. And that's why we're able to bring 100 Days to Greatness, because you're one of the select few, if you will, that can actually facilitate this training. And this was Brian Buffini's initial training that he did that really made him famous. And it pretty much what it does, and for all of you right now, you're that Brian Buffini is famous on this 100 Days to Greatness to take your income from $30,000 to $300,000. Now that's tenfold, and I'll take that. But for right now, why don't we, and John, what do you think? Why don't we just say that, I mean, they'll easily double their commissions. How about, why don't we just start there?
Well, I think that's a great place to start. Like anything in life, it takes a great system, and systems of success are really the key. Doc, I'm a big football guy. I know you enjoy football, and if you look at the teams around the country, we're in football season. Doesn't matter if it's the NFL or in the NCAA. You always have 1 or 2 teams that seem to get in the championship every year, and it's because of their discipline, their commitment to greatness. It really is their playbook, and so that's what we want to do today is kind of uncover the playbook to greatness and just teach you the steps to how you too can create whatever wealth you're looking to create, whether it's an extra deal a week or an extra deal a month or whatever success to you, where we want to help you get there with the right roadmap.
Man, John, I just love that. And so literally it's going to be your playbook, and we're going to have a playbook for you and develop all of that. And we're going to actually show you today, we're going to have some videos within this video here to be able to really inspire you and uplift you. And speaking of processes, just to review that, my overall, your real estate GPS to success is the 5 steps. And those 5 steps is mindset improvement. And the beauty of this is that this first week, John, you're going to be talking about this mindset improvement and what we need to do and how to have a winning attitude and belief. And then it's going to give you really the best leads program that there is. It doesn't cost any money, and it basically is on referrals. And is that right, John? Is that basically on how this system plays out?
Yeah, Brian Buffini's system is world famous today in what he's able to do, and you're absolutely correct. He can take the average agent who's making $30,000, $35,000 a year and help them make $300,000 to $350,000 a year. That's what his average agents make, and it's because they leverage relationship and networking, building those relationships.
Yeah, and what I love the way that you had shared, because we actually did this live together, John and I, a week ago. In fact, the results that agents got, we've been having results come in. One agent just emailed me on Friday, and already in the first week, he's gotten 6 leads. Another agent within 2 hours after leaving our session, so this session that you're seeing, that within 2 hours got 2 calls for 2 listings, and then they want to buy a home. You know, so it's like 4 deals. It's just been incredible. It's just been exploding, and so you are just a master at teaching this, and we so appreciate that you're investing your time to help us to be able to grow our business. And then the third step of my patented process at GPS to Success is training and development. And this is really it here, and that we have one of the best trainers in America with us, with John, and then the best training system, you know, available. And then we'll get into later on that John is actually a wealth manager, and he'll show you on how to develop your savings, your investments. And then the last one is passive income. In fact, John is an expert in giving you a tax-free income for the rest of your life. And so we're looking forward to all that. But again, it's 5 sessions that folks just take notes now, that as we get into this, you're going to have some ahas. Me being a mental scientist, knowing that when you write it down, that it helps to internalize this and for you to actually start doing it. So the other thing that John and I wanted to share with you is, what are these 5 training sessions? So just so you know what's going to be coming up here, is the first session, today's session, is how to develop the Rainmaker Mindset and to have desirability to be coachable. So if you say, hey, I'm not coachable, I'm just going to go do my own thing, John and I can't help you. But the willingness then to focus, and this idea of a mental focus, to focus on the things that you want. And when you change your mental focus, you'll change your behaviors. And it's these success behaviors that both Buffini, John, and I teach, is this high payoff activities. And there's just a few activities that we're going to give you this week that literally you're going to increase the number of referrals in the business that you have, starting with that. Then we're going to go into, this is the second session, and we'll let you know about that, or you can contact John or I, that fundamentals of real estate rainmaking, where you focus on your time and your energy. The third one is 7 secrets to rainmaking, and the beauty is all easy, and that, you know, you'll be able to understand how to do this quickly and easily, how to be a winner. And what John is really a master at, and what we both love to do, is to help you have your commissions at least $300,000 per year. And when you're at that rate, that's where John really can help you with your wealth and develop your wealth, which we'll get into. And then the fourth session, Blueprint to Financial Freedom, and how to consistently create business in 2020. And then the final one is creating your own Rainmaker business. So again, that, you know, by the time we're done with this, you could watch all 5 videos in a row. We recommend that you invest at least 1 week on just developing the action steps that we give you each week with this. And so, John, can you tell us a little about You Are Right, and let's get into it now on tell us what we need to know in order to really start building our business.
Well, it's my pleasure, and thank you again, Dr. Hank, for having me here today and talking about systems that really set you up for success. I think I'll start at the bottom, where many of you have heard that it's your vibe that attracts your tribe, and you know, we all put vibrations out there, and that's what attracted me to Dr. Hank, because he has such a positive goodness vibration that he puts out there. He wants everyone to succeed, and he knows that really the key to your success comes with the subconscious. It doesn't begin with your conscious mind, but everything begins with your subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't really know right from wrong. It just does what you tell it to do. And so a lot of us, when we get started on this journey of success, just like if we were going to build the tallest skyscraper in the world, we'd have to dig the deepest foundation. And so this foundation that we're going to try to lay over the next 5 sessions is really a foundation of belief. And when it comes to belief, I can tell you 100% that you are right. You think you can succeed, or you think you're going to fail, you're right. It comes down to that belief. And sometimes we consciously want to believe that we're going to be successful, but subconsciously we're really destroying the very guideposts and the foundations that we're trying to lay. And so sometimes we have a destructive, self-fulfilling prophecy because of our past or because of some of the voices that we have in our head. And so we're going to try to take inventory of that and really take control of what you're focused on, because your subconscious will give you what you focus on. And so, what we've learned over time is that if we can get you to focus on the right activities and begin to speak the right things out into the world, and that vibration, the right things begin to be attracted to you. So I want to thank you, Dr. Hank, because it's really your belief, your vision. It's the words that you've put out there that have really opened the door, for me to come into this space. And so, attitude determines your altitude. Really, you can soar as high as you want to go by developing that right foundation, and it begins with attitude. So as a business person, I'm an entrepreneur out of California. I spent 25 years, Fortune 500 business, been trained all over the country. And what I learned is you have to have this success formula. You have to have a playbook that sets you up for success. And so this Rainmaker mindset that we're talking about, the three pillars to that: attitude, burning desire, and this willingness to win. You have to have this willingness to win in order to really achieve the highest high. And so a lot of times in life, you'll go to these positive thinking seminars, and you go to these success seminars that try to teach you how to be successful. And they'll always tell you, you got to start with your why. And it was really hard for me in the beginning, like, what do you mean my why? I want to be successful. I want to be the best that I can. I'm a glasses half full kind of guy. I already thought that I had the right attitude, but I didn't know that much about the subconscious training. I didn't really know about what was derailing me on the journey. And so I began to learn, well, I think I have a really strong why. I think I know what my why is. And people would always tell me, well, John, when you talk, your why doesn't really make you cry. And I'm like, well, yeah, I want to cry. But it's not that you have to cry and shed tears. It's what do you have a passion for? What were you created for in life? That's where your passion lies. And that's what you really have to drive. And so one of the very best descriptors of that, you all know that a picture's worth 1,000 words. And one of the best ways to express the difference between what your what is and what your why is the video that I'm going to have Dr. Hank share with you now, the video that will kind of help you determine what really is your why versus what's your what.
Yeah, that's awesome. So can you see that there, John? Do you see?
Yep. Clear.
Okay, great. So again, folks, this it's really inspiring. Just a couple of minutes here on this, and then we'll be back. But really pay attention to this here. It's a great one.
How do I know? A lot of people, when they think of the phrase, how do I know, they always want to put the what behind it. How do I know what I'm supposed to do? The question that you really should ask is, how do I know why I'm here? Because when you know your why, your what becomes more clear and more impactful. Like for instance, people know that I do comedy, but that's what I do. My why is to inspire people to walk in purpose. So I can do comedy, I can write books, I can be in a movie, because all of it is motivated by my why. In fact, I have a new web series out called Michael Jr. Break Time. We probably just did the 6th episode. It's on YouTube. And so every single Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we drop a new episode on YouTube of Michael.
Did you know that 3 out of 4 employees said that they waste over 2 hours a day being distracted?
Michael Jr. Break Time. What it is it's me. I travel around the country and I do stand-up comedy, in case you didn't know. And in the middle of my comedy set sometime, I'll stop and just talk to my audience. And we've been filming this, and it's it's pretty cool. So we're in Winston-Salem. I'm going to show you a clip from Winston-Salem. And I'm just talking to this guy in the audience, and he tells me that he's a musical instructor at a school. So I was like, all right, you're a musical instructor. Can you sing? Let me hear you sing a song. So this is what happened at the last episode of Michael Jr.'s Break Time. Check it. So you're a musical director. Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me get a couple bars of like Amazing Grace. Can you do the first part of that? Go ahead.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Wow. That bro could sing. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, once you give me the version, is if your uncle just got out of jail, you got shot in the back when you was a kid. I'm just saying, let me see the hood version real quick. If you know what I'm talking about, just see if that exists. Let me see what you got.
Amazing grace.
Yeah, baby.
How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Right now I'm found blind, but now I see.
Okay. Here's what I want you to catch. First time I asked him to sing, he knew what he was doing. The second time, he knew why he was doing it. You know your why, your what becomes more impactful because you're walking towards or in your purpose.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks for that, Dr. Hank. I get captivated every time that I see that. And I think that everyone that's listening understands a little bit better the difference between a what and a why. And I want you to just take a second and think about the purpose of your life. I believe everybody was born with a purpose. And when you're in the space you're supposed to be in and working with the people you're supposed to work with, things just happen naturally. And I'm kind of a type A personality and try to make it on my own. And I've swam upstream several times, and that's the hard journey in life, to swim upstream. And what I've learned when you're following your passion and you're doing what you're created to do, it's like floating downstream. It's really easy. Everything flows. Good things happen to you. Good people come into your life. It doesn't mean that bad things don't happen to good people. They do, but you're just able to cope with them better. And so that winning attitude is really the foundational in terms of your belief.
Yeah.
So Dr. Hank has put up on the screen, how to develop that winning attitude. I'm just going to read it for you. Winning and losing in the game of life is actually a self-fulfilling prophecy. Again, it goes back to whether you believe you can or you believe you cannot, you're right. But nothing, and I mean nothing, is more powerful than that winning attitude. Talent is not. Nothing's more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Neither genius. Unrewarded genius and potential is almost a proverb. And so I've kind of coined that phrase that the genius of persistence and the talent of determination really are omnipotent. And I want to talk about that. I believe that there's no reason for you to learn every single lesson in life. If you learn how to read books of people that have accomplished great things and people that can mentor you on the journey, they can save you from a lot of heartache. And one of the guys that I listen to and get some mentorship from is an author named Gladwell. And Gladwell, he actually wrote the book Outliers. And the reason that was so powerful for me is he studied all the successful people, whether they were athletes or artists or business talent. And he found out that there is no success gene. You don't have to be born with the success gene. What he learned is really it comes down to you were given everything you needed to succeed when you were born. It comes down to the one string on the fiddle that you get to play, and that's your attitude. It says that's why we say, your attitude is really going to develop your altitude, how high you can go. And so as he studied the very most successful people, he learned that it was just being at the right place at the right time and having the consistent, persistent, attitude to win and go the distance. And so there's 3 pillars in this Rainmaker mindset. It's attitude and burning desire and willingness to win. But within that, developing that positive attitude, it really comes down to your belief. You must believe that you can. Now the talent piece, hey, maybe I'm not the tallest or the brightest or the run the fastest, but the talent that you need is called determination. And see, that's within your control. How determined are you to win? And so the only talent you need in this game of life is really to be determined. Just like the will to win, you must develop a genius. And you might say, well, I don't really score that high on the IQ test. Well, guess what? The genius that you need is persistence. So you need a winning attitude. You must be determined. And then you have to be persistent. And now you're going to say, okay, John, I'm in. Now what? Right? What are we going to do? And so in this Rainmaker mindset that we are working with realtors specifically about, that's the focus, right? We're not talking about entrepreneurship. We're not talking about selling hamburgers. We're not talking about selling software. We're talking about how can you be successful focusing on your real estate business. And so we developed this, what I call the win philosophy. What's important now? I want you to write that down, W-I-N. The win philosophy, what's important now, begins to program your subconscious to filter forward. Filter out the people and the things and the activities that aren't getting you to your goals, and begin to leverage and focus your time and energy in the areas that are helping you reach your goals. And so we learn that you get what you focus on, but unfortunately, and this is true across every channel of business, most people confuse activity with productivity. They're going to tell me, John, I'm really busy. I'm doing, I'm checking Facebook, and I've got Twitter, and I'm making these phone calls, and I'm solving these problems. A lot of us are really, really good firefighters in business. We learn how to put out fires, which is really a customer service activity. Yeah. But guess what? That's not developing your business. The number one thing in business is sales. Sales is the lifeblood of your business and every single business. This is why the salespeople make so much money, because it's the critical piece. And if you're caught doing activities that's just managing your business and putting out fires, your business isn't growing. And so on the journey, I've learned that, unfortunately in life, there's no neutral. Life is dynamic, and life rewards speed. Let me say that again. Life will reward speed. In the clinic that Dr. Hank and I did a week ago, I asked people, do you think that 1,000 miles an hour is a fast speed? And of course, it is fast. What you don't realize is each and every person listening to my voice right now is moving at 1,000 miles an hour. You see, that is the rotation of the earth. And you don't notice speed until you get a change in speed. Yeah. So what do I mean by that? If you're in a car going 100 miles an hour, you don't really judge speed because everything's moving at the same velocity. It's when you shift. It's when you go faster or slower, right? Hit your brakes. Oh, now speed affects your life. Now you have something to reference it by. So we don't understand speed as much, because if you're moving at the same speed, nothing really changes. But what I can tell you, the reason I tell you that example is because life is dynamic. You are either moving forward or you're moving backwards at an amazing speed, 1,000 miles an hour. And so life, on the journey of life, rewards speed, and we need to get proactive. We need to begin to focus forward on the things that you want to do and begin to put time and energy into those things. Yeah. You don't want to diversify your focus. And people say, well, what do you mean, John, diversifying my focus? Well, it's like the light bulb that's lighting the room that I'm sitting in. If you take energy like a light source and you diffuse it across a large space, you can light an entire room. But if you focus that energy, you can cut steel. And so the Rainmaker mindset is about focusing on those right activities, the what's important now, the win mindset of what do I need to do to hit my business goals, not my job, J-O-B, but my business. And you're like, well, what's the difference? Well, your job is all the things that you have to do in whatever your chosen field is, like real estate, for instance. In real estate, you're really the quarterback. You're managing the escrow and the title and the lender and all of the different things that go into closing a transaction. Right. But where the real money's made is where you are a business person focused on business activities, which is getting you what? Is getting you the new business. And so that brings me right into the Buffini system. The Buffini system, the reason why his people make 10 times more money. And that's a statistic that has been proven for decades now. It's not just something that came up in the last year or so. Brian Buffini is one of the biggest champions in the real estate space, because he gets you to focus your time and energy on running your business, which is working relationships to get referrals to do what? To close real estate transactions. He says that by embracing and massaging the relationships that'll help you build your business, that single activity is 5 times more powerful than if you're working your job, meaning you're solving problems, you're doing customer service activities. Yeah. So imagine that now, by having a conversation with someone that can help you run your business and help you get referrals for your business. It's a referral-based system. That time that you invest is worth 5 times more than just running your JOB. No, so these are the philosophies. Go ahead, Hank.
Sorry, excuse me. That's a key point, everybody. So think about right now, and one of your success assignments will be on, just to start out with like 25 people, and you can start writing that list right now on who are the 25 people that that know you, that could potentially give you a referral, because this is really going to be easy for you, and we're going to just start out slow, but it's about these relationships and these important relationships. And what I love the way you talked about it, John, is in real estate we always talk about a farm geographic area, and this really, you can keep that geographic area, but this is more about farming these key people that are going to, again, be 5 times more impactful to move your business ahead.
That's an excellent point. So my wife and I ran a title company in Los Angeles for 12 years, and we had great success. Yeah. And when a new agent would come to me, they would always have a geographical farm area, 250 homes that they were going to get their name and their face in, and they were going to put their picture on a notepad and give out a pen, which is fantastic. That's a great way to run your business. But the truth is, the average neighborhood in America has about a 5% turnover rate. So you're going to get about 5% of the people that are going to move, have a change of careers, have a change in family status. Some people have a baby, maybe somebody died. You're going to get about a 5% turnover, and that's a great way to run your business. But what we want you to do is we want you to focus on the highest payoff activities. There's a lot of ways to make money in real estate, but we want to set you up to make extraordinary wealth. And so that brings up something called the Perito Principle. It's the 80-20 rule. It is a law in business that 80% of the money is made by the top 20% of the people, because they focus on the high payoff activities. And so in the Buffini system, we don't want you to get 250 homes that you're door knocking. We want you to develop 250 relationships with people that know your name, your face, and the fact that you're an extraordinary realtor. Whenever they have a real estate conversation, you want your name and face to pop in their mind. You know what? I know a real estate professional. I know someone that can handle every aspect of the transaction successfully on your behalf. The reason 250 is important is because of the Pareto Principle, Pareto. I might be mispronouncing that. But in that principle, if you take the 80-20 philosophy, which again it's a business in law, everybody knows that rule, and it's very foundational. Right. 20% of 250 is 50 people. If you have 50 people that are championing your cause, 50 people that are your biggest fans, they're raving fans, they love who you are, they recommend you to everybody that they know. You guys, 50 people, if they just gave you one recommendation, that's one a week, right? Yeah. I understand 2 weeks, but could you use an extra 50 deals this year? Of course you could. And so what we do is we get you to focus your time and energy in that area. It's going to create that 250 people with 50 champions for what you're doing, and you're going to work by referral because you're developing these relationships. So Hank, that's really the foundation piece that we need. We need a burning desire and a belief in your ability to do some amazing things, and then adopt this playbook that really develops the personality and the relationships with people.
That's great. And then, so let's talk about your belief and how to develop that Rainmaker mindset.
So really the Rainmaker mindset comes down to, we're going to go all the way back to the 3 pillars that you have in front of you, right? It's that positive winning attitude. Mm-hmm. People have tragedy in their life. You have things that happen to you and you think, oh my goodness, what is God against me, or is my family against me, or people are against me? And you don't realize things that happen to you in your life it's the only way it can get you to move. If you're comfortable, you're not moving. But remember, the world is, 1,000 miles an hour. We live in a dynamic system. And so sometimes you think you're standing in the right place, but you're not. And so things will happen in life, and you have to accept them, even though they might not be positive. You have to put the positive spin on it. Say, you know what? There's a greater entity than me that's running the planet. And you know what? I need to move into a different place. And so sometimes, pain is used to move people and get them where their biggest payoff is going to be. And so that positive winning attitude is really about framing everything that happens to you in a good way. You know what? Something bad happening, but I'm very thankful that it did. I have an attitude of gratitude because I know that the reason that happened to me is because I need to move into a better space. And have that burning desire, the talent of determination. You can't stop me. I'm not going to quit. It doesn't matter how many times you rain on my parade. I know that tomorrow, the sun is coming up tomorrow. And then the willingness to win. That really is the culmination of the whole thing, of that willingness to win. It's the genius, right? The super genius brain, the Bill Gates brain or the Steve Jobs brain of persistence. They
All
didn't.
right.
That's what Gladwell teaches. It really is persistence. It's outlasting your competition and being the last one standing that really brings the tremendous wealth. So, Dr. Hank, I noticed you kind of switched to the next slide. If you want to go to that.
I actually, I was thinking, why don't we go to this amazing video, the second one now,
Okay.
that we have for everybody, and it's called "Everybody Dies, but Not Everybody Lives," and so I think it's right spot on with what you were sharing there on doing that. But I want to tell you on that first video on. Just that amazing grace. I mean, I was so fired up on that. It was great. And I think this video here, and after we watch this video, then we'll run through the specific steps for you in the first week in order to start getting leads right away, start getting new business right away here in the next week. So does that sound like a good plan, John?
Yes, sir. Let's play the video. It's one of my favorites.
Let's see where we are here.
It is not death most people are afraid of. It is getting to the end of life only to realize that you never truly lived. There was a study done, a hospital study, on 100 elderly people facing death close to their last breath. They were asked to reflect.
Okay. I want you to imagine for a second everything you buy for your house.
Interrupt me
Soap,
with
shampoo.
Taking a buck.
About their life's biggest regret. Nearly all of them said they regretted not the things they did, but the things they didn't do. The risks they never took, the dreams they didn't pursue. I ask you, will your last words be, if only I had... Hey, you, wake up. Why do you exist? Life is not meant to simply work, wait for the weekend, and pay rent. No, I don't know much, but I know this. Every person on this earth has a gift. And I apologize to the Black community, but I can no longer pretend. Martin Luther King, that man never had a dream. That dream had him. See, people don't choose dreams. Dreams choose them. So the question I'm getting to is, do you have the courage to grab the dream that picked you, that befits you and grips you? Or will you let it get away and slip through? You know, I learned a fact about airplanes the other day. Now, this was so surprising. See, I was talking to a pilot, and he told me that many of his passengers think planes are dangerous to fly in. But he said, actually, it is a lot more dangerous for a plane to stay on the ground. I said, what? Like, how does that sound? Well, he said, because on the ground, the plane starts to rust, malfunction, and wear much faster than it ever would if it was in the air. As I walked away, I thought, yeah, makes total sense. Because planes were built to live in the skies. And every person was built to live out the dream they have inside. So it is perhaps the saddest loss to live a life on the ground without ever taking off. See, most of us are afraid of the thief that comes in the night to steal all of our things. But there is a thief in your mind who is after your dreams. His name is Doubt. If you see him, call the cops and keep him away from the kids, because he is wanted for murder, for he has killed more dreams than failure ever did. He wears many disguises, and like a virus will leave you blinded, divided, and turn you into a kinda. See, kinda is lethal. You know what kinda is. It's a lot of kinda people. You kinda want a career change. You kinda want to get straight A's. You kinda want to get in shape. Simple math, no numbers to crunch. If you kinda want something, then you will kinda get the results you want. What is your dream? What ignites that spark? You can't kinda want that. You gotta want it with every part of your whole heart. Will you struggle? Yeah, you will struggle. No way around it. You will fall many times, but who's counting? Just remember, there's no such thing as a smooth mountain. If you want to make it to the top, then there are sharp ridges that must be stepped over. There will be times you get stressed and things you get depressed over, but let me tell you something. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school 3 times, but he kept going. The television execs fired Oprah, said she wasn't fit for TV, but she kept going. Critics told Beyonce that she couldn't sing. She went through depression, but she kept going. Struggle and criticisms are prerequisites for greatness. That is the law of this universe, and no one escapes it. Because pain is life, but you can choose what type. Either the pain on the road to success, or the pain of being haunted with regret. You want my advice? Don't think twice. We have been given a gift that we call life, so don't blow it. You are not defined by your past. Instead, you are born anew in each moment, so own it now. Sometimes you gotta leap and grow your wings on the way down. You better get the shot off before the clock runs out, because ain't no overtime in life, no do-over. And I know I sound like I'm preaching or speaking with force, but if you don't use your gift, then you sell not only yourself, but the whole world short. So what invention do you have buried in your mind? What idea, what cure, what skill do you have inside to bring out to this universe? Uni meaning one, verse meaning song. You have a part to play in this song. So grab that microphone and be brave. Sing your heart out on life's stage. You cannot go back and make a brand new beginning, but you can start now and make a brand new ending.
Man, I love that.
So fantastic. Each and every one of you has an opportunity today to make a brand new ending. And so what we want to do today, and again, I can't thank you enough, Dr. Hank, for having me a part of your team and really instilling this belief and awareness of being all that you can be. You know, what we want to do with this mindset training is we really want to be the antidote for the kinda lifestyle. And so that sums up very well in the video. You really have a chance to do anything that you want to do. And let me close with just this one idea about success, and that success really is built on the back of failure. And so most of us are afraid of failing in the what if factor, and you really have to embrace the life's journey and accept the good with the bad, and just know that the universe is conspiring on your behalf and has great things planned for you. And so we're going to be the defeater of the kind of lifestyle, and we're going to move you into the lifestyle that you want. So I'll hand it back to you, Doc. Thanks for having me today.
Man, John, that is just tremendous. And I just love that the universe is conspiring on our behalf to help us to have our dreams come true. And you are just the man. And I thank you so much. And that John and I are both committed to helping each one of you in order to have your dreams come true. And the easy next steps now in order to have that happen is 100 days to greatness. And that's what you are. You are great. And together that we will, 2 or more of you are there, and there I'll be. And so that's where John and I come in. And we're going to be here in order to help you through that. And you can can contact us and be able to lean on us in order to help you have your dreams come true. So let's talk about those first steps. So remember, John shared with us it's 250 people all together, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to make it easy and simple. And so what we'd like you to do is create a list of 25 people, and you can then put it in priority order of 25 people that you know that could possibly give you referrals, who do know you, who you have a relationship with, and just start writing that down. And like probably the first 5, you can think, oh, that's easy, but just be thinking about the people that can help you in order for you to help the people that they know. Because remember, that's what a referral is that you're helping the referral partner, you're helping them to help all their loved ones, their family, the people they know. And so everybody benefits on this. And that we expect that you will start seeing that you'll get 1 new client each week. And so just plan on that. So this week, plan on getting 1 new client. And again, just last week, we have agents doing that. And then we have agents not just getting 1 client, but I think the highest one was 6 clients. But I had another agent that got a $1 million listing just out of the blue. I mean, we've just had all of these amazing things happen in the first week, and it's going to now happen to you. Then start attracting whatever you focus your attention on. As John said, these high payoff activities, but get one buyer pre-qualified with your loan officer each week. And so if you have that as an objective, you'll start attracting, because the universe needs to, remember it's conspiring on your behalf, needs to bring to whatever you're asking. And so if you're saying, hey, I want 1 buyer to get pre-qualified each week, you'll get it. And then this is really a key, and I know, John, you and I do that, and we have Maria Leach and all Buffini fans just love this, and that is, and how effective it is, by writing 2 notes each week to your top client referral partners. And so I did it this week. In fact, John, you'll receive my note from me to you today, that I mailed it on Saturday. So you should be getting it. And but you'll start getting used to it. And like Maria, who we're working with on this also, and she's just a fabulous loan officer and can help you in any state. And again, I can get you all that information, but she had sent us a picture where she wrote, I think it was 15 thank you notes. She just sat down, started writing 1 or 2, and before she knew it, because there's so many people you can thank, and when you're thanking them, they're going to thank you back. So you're also going to get lots out of it, to include feeling good about you being just a beautiful human being that you really, all of us, and you are. And then the 4th step, and this goes into my mindset training, and John talked about how do you, you need to tap into that subconscious mind, because that's where your beliefs are. Well, we're going to actually take you through that, and this is kind of my part, if you will, of mindset, that we're going to take you through that. And if you will do this, it takes about 10 minutes a day, but if you will do this, that John, I guarantee you that you are going to get more business, more clients, and more income. And so this is the sentence, and the sentence is that I easily accept new referral partners and clients, and I am prepared to increase my business and income now. And those are magical. It's a magical sentence. Don't change it at all. Write that down right now to make sure that you have it there on. You write that down 21 times every day. It'll start soaking into your subconscious mind with the kingdom within, and ask, and you shall now receive more business and more income. So John and I can't wait to see you next time. John, do you have any closing statement you want to share with us?
I just want to remind everybody to have an attitude of gratitude. Everything that's happening to you is happening for a reason. We know that all things work to the good for those that love God and are called according to his purpose. And I live by that one verse. I live by that every day.
That is just beautiful. Well, you are amazing, and I certainly am grateful for you, John, and for all of you out there. That John and I wish you all the best to your success, and know that all is coming your way now. More business, more income, and more joy. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.